Alrighty, Chef Buck here, and today we're cooking us up a spinach chickpea dish, Indian style. It's called Chole Palak. Super duper flavorful, great way to get some spinach in your diet. We're gonna start this off like a lot of Indian dishes, heating our olive oil on medium-high heat, then throwing in our cumin seeds and our Asafoetida. Those seeds should start to cook, boom, the moment they hit that oil. You should have it hard enough to where they start to sizzle right away. And this is only going to take about 20 seconds, 30 seconds top, depending on how hot your pan is. But I'm doing this in real time so you can see how long you want to leave these seeds in there. Not too long, because you don't want them to get overcooked and, have a burnt flavor and little dark specks in there. So once those things are brown and starting to crack, we'll throw in our tomatoes. I'm using 1 can of diced tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes if you like. For these Indian dishes, I always go with the can almost all the time. I'm going to throw in a hot pepper and a ginger. You don't get those mixed up. If you don't have a hot pepper, a fresh one, go ahead and throw a little cayenne pepper in there. If you don't like heat, don't throw any pepper in there. I'm going to put my dry spices in there. Got some chili powder, some turmeric, a little bit of coriander. Going to mix those up well. And then I'm going to let this stuff simmer and cook away for about 3 or 4 minutes. Let these tomatoes start to cook down. Man, these flavors smell so good. I think I could eat Indian food 5 days out of the week. This is pretty healthy stuff, especially if you're using spinach. Look at this. This looks like a mermaid's toupee or a merman's toupee. I don't know. But I'm using a little bit of frozen spinach. You can use frozen. You can use canned. You can use fresh, but I usually use the frozen or the canned because I'm cooking this stuff down anyway. So mix that in with the tomato, and then I'm going to throw some salt in there. And you can see this isn't too wet a dish because I don't like it too wet because I usually serve it with chana masala, which is like a gravy. So I want this to be on the dry side. But you can cook it up as wet as you like. I'm going to put a little bit of water in here a couple times during this dish, but not a lot. But that's up to you. So I'm going to throw about a 1/4 cup of water in here and get this mixed up. Then I'm going to throw a lid on here and let this spinach and tomato cook together for a little while, Now after a few minutes, your spinach is going to be heated through, your dish is going to be bubbling, and we can go ahead and add our chickpeas. I'm using 1 can of rinsed and drained chickpeas. We're going to stir those in there, and then I'm going to throw in another 1/4 cup of water, reduce the heat down to a simmer. Then we're going to throw the lid back on there and let it bubble away for another 5 or 6 minutes. Now we're in the home stretch. We're rounding third. We're about to score. Look at this. Doesn't this look like a home run? Well, maybe not, but trust me, it is. When I make an Indian meal, man, this is like a staple. I usually do a chana masala and this spinach chickpea dish, and then the third thing is usually whatever I feel like. But man, I always eat this. It's just fantastical. So at this point, your chickpeas are pretty soft, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a fork and smash down about half of the pan. That way, I like the consistency of that. You don't have to do that. That's the way I like it. I'm going to throw in my garam masala here at the last minute, and then I'm just going to stir it up for another 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then that's it. It's finito. As you can see, it's a pretty dry dish. I like it to stand up on the plate when I serve it. I don't want it to be too soupy, but you can add a little more water if you like. And that's it, give it a try. It's fantastico. I wish spinach photographed a little better because this thing tastes a lot better than it looks. But, just trust me. Give it a go. Let me know what you think, and bon appetit. Hi, my name's Chana Masala. I like walks on the beach and quiet